on CBC News at 6.
Club is gone, we start fighting.
A store owner takes on an armed robber.
I love Canada very much.
Why Canada also loves this Russian hockey legend. Good evening, I'm Rita Celli. The owner of a convenience store in Ottawa put his life at risk to defend his livelihood. An armed robber has been striking businesses in the West End. The robber has attacked the same store twice. As Steve Fisher reports, the last visit turned into a violent, almost deadly confrontation.
For Gabriel Araya, it was a case of déjà vu. A week after being held up here at his convenience store, the thief was back yesterday, gun in hand, demanding more money.
I managed to get very close to him, and I grabbed his gun, we started fighting.
Araya says during the scuffle, the robber pulled the trigger twice. Luckily, the gun didn't fire.
I threw the punch, but he managed to snatch from my left-hand side, and he hit me with his pistol to my head.
Araya was left with a cut over his eye. The suspect got away without any money. He's described as a white male, 35 to 40 years old, weighing more than 200 pounds and about 6 feet tall. Yesterday, he was wearing a red hooded sweatshirt and silver-framed sunglasses. Police say as well as hitting this store twice, he's robbed 6 other West End stores and restaurants in the past 2 weeks. They all share one thing in common.
It appears with the 8 stores that were hit, it appears that he targets the ones without video surveillance. Therefore, we do not have a picture or a video clip of this person.
Araya came here from Ethiopia more than 20 years ago, eventually saving up enough money to buy this store. This is the first time he's been the victim of robbery. He doesn't regret taking on the robber.
I'll try to teach him a lesson not to try again.
And if he comes back?
Well, if he comes back, now I know what I am to do, and probably he knows what he's going to do.
Police say any store owner who is robbed should just hand over the money. After Araya's close call, police consider the suspect extremely dangerous. Steve Fisher, CBC News, Ottawa.
Well, now to other kinds of dangers for people who are simply trying to make a living. On average, 4 Canadian workers die on the job every day, and today was a time to mourn those workers and their families. Corey O'Kelly has that story.
Here at Vincent Massey Park, the event has the look and feel of Remembrance Day. Dozens of people brought roses to this memorial to honor a family member, friend, or colleague killed at work. By the end of the day, another 4 Canadians will die on the job.
Canada's record for reducing workplace fatalities over the previous 20 years stood as the worst.
In Ontario, more than 340 workers were killed last year. One of them was a beloved husband and father, 65-year-old Rico Yanucci. He was operating a backhoe on Parliament Hill last August. The gears on the machine locked, and it tumbled down a cliff. His wife Corona and 4 daughters attended today's ceremony. His daughter says her father's legacy is his love of his family.
It's very lonely at first, and then you come to realize that what he's been telling you all your life is very, very true. That sometimes life hands you things that you may not want, but you have the power of how you deal with them, and that your family is your family and they will always be there for you.
Rosa Saletta lost her father, Joe, 12 years ago. He was a highway worker hit by a car.
Every year I come out with my sisters and my aunt to support and make people aware of the cause and aware that there are people out there who work and they are killed.
Despite all the work safety campaigns, there's been no decline in the number of job fatalities. Labor officials say it can't go on.
Workers being killed on the job is not news in this country. And you know what? When that changes, the number of people who are killed or injured in our workplaces is going to change.
Events like today's are not only to remember the dead, but also a reminder to protect workers who are still alive.
I would like them to turn to their families and thank God they still have them, to value them, to value the days they have.
Corey O'Kelly, CBC News, Ottawa.
Well, two hockey legends from that famous Russia-Canada series are in the news today. You can see one of them on the screen here beside me. They played on opposite ends of the ice 34 years ago, and they're still doing the same kind of work these days, politics. Ken Dryden officially entered the race to lead the Liberal Party of Canada, and his Russian rival was in Ottawa today to receive one of the highest awards in this country. Levon Savuns has the story.
Vladislav Tretiak is no stranger to pomp and ceremony, but he says this is one day he'll remember for the rest of his life. Tretiak was awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, the first Russian ever to receive this Canadian award.
Today's a special day for me because I'm a very happy man. 2 times. I remember 1989, the first time induction Hockey Hall of Fame. I never played NHL. Unbelievable. In Hockey Hall of Fame take me for members. And today is a special day because I have a special medal from Canada. I'm very proud Canadian people, Canadian hockey fan.
The star goalie of the Red Army team in the 1972 Canada-Russia series was honored for his role in promoting friendship between the two countries.
I love Canada very much because Canada, unbelievable hockey country.
In Canada too, Tretiak is perhaps the most recognized Russian hockey icon. But he doesn't rest on his laurels. Today, he's busy teaching Canadians his goaltending magic.
I teach many Canadian goalie too, because José Teodor, Matan Brador, Ed Belfort is my student. I make goalie for Canada.
Tretiak took a moment on this special day to talk about his old friend and rival, Ken Dryden. Speaking in Russian, he called Dryden an outstanding man and endorsed his bid for the Liberal leadership. Tretiak says he can see Dryden one day becoming prime minister. Before he left, Tretiak shared a Russian tradition.
I'm professional hockey player. I have tradition. Each gold medal, you make vodka. That's champagne, it's okay. Like this. Like this. Because if I do it like this, next year maybe one more I give you medal.
Levon Savuns, CBC News, Ottawa.
The sounds were sweet, but the competition was fierce. Coming up, local schools go toe-to-toe and note-to-note in a high-stakes music contest with a twist.
We've never done something like this, and this is absolutely amazing.
Playing to win, that's later on CBC News at 6.
Well, if you're not playing music or if you're not watching the hockey game tomorrow night, you might want to curl up with a favorite book. Are you a War and Peace kind of person, or perhaps the Da Vinci Code is more your style? Whatever you like to read, the Ottawa Public Library wants to hear about it. In honor of its 100th birthday, the library is putting together a list of the top 100 books in Ottawa. Anyone with a library card can cast a vote online, and we went out to ask some readers about their favorite books.
My favorite book is Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. It's a good book. It teaches you how to be a human being.
Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. The story, the suspense, the speed, the way he's able to keep momentum throughout the whole story.
Harry Potter 6, I just love the story. It's just so magical and great.
How about you? Do you have a favorite book?
Yep, White Teeth by Zadie Smith. It's a really, really funny book. You should read it.
The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, because it deals with sacred geometry and ancient history and stuff like that. It's an interesting book. Check it out.
Well, it is cool to see so many readers. I'm actually going to go out to the Hazeldean branch tomorrow, Ian, to read some books to children. So what would you put on your list? The Farmer's Almanac, maybe?
It's actually odd enough that you mentioned that, Rita, because I was looking at that today. Not exactly for the weather information, but it has some very useful tables and charts regarding sun angles. And I was checking to see, because I know it's going to be sunny, a lot of people are going to be outside this weekend, what the angle of the sun is relative to what it would be as the summer is winding down. Same angle as it would be in the middle of August. So you've really got to put the sunscreen on. You've got to watch out. Time to break out the sunglasses and the sunscreen. We have a very nice weekend coming up. 13 degrees right now, not much of a breeze, and we'll do better than that tomorrow by at least a couple of degrees, and maybe upper teens by Sunday. Temperatures across the viewing region look like this. Oddly enough, a degree or so below normal, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Still chilly in the mornings. There'll be some, frost in outlying regions again. Downtown Ottawa might not get below the freezing point, and not likely by Sunday, but outlying regions probably see some frost, but the strong sunshine will warm it up. You see this storm system out here? It's a soaker for the American Midwest. Some areas, especially further south, need the rain, but it's, timing's everything. So their weekend is a washout. But instead of coming in this direction, as they want to do, the high pressure will protect us and block that storm system out. In fact, by the time next week rolls around, we'll have to look to the east to see the weather moving our way. Wow. You think it was nice here today? Look at these temperatures in Western Canada. Delightful stuff. A lot of warmth across the country. This is, a typical sign in spring as we head towards summer. The only cool air I could find was in northern Atlantic Canada, way up there in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, 3 degrees. Here's your forecast. Sound like a broken record here. Clear skies once again. Low temperature close to freezing in Ottawa. Outlying areas will see frost. Sunshine tomorrow, at least 15 in Ottawa. Petawawa will likely get up about 17 tomorrow. And your extended forecast is pretty easy to read. Lots of sunshine again on Sunday. Upper teens, maybe a few people hitting 20. Monday, much the same story. It's not until Tuesday we see a chance, and only a 30% chance of seeing some showers on Tuesday, Rita. So it's time to get outside and enjoy this weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ian, and it's good news that we're going to have good weather. People were all fired up over flags this week. The Conservative government is going back to a decades-old tradition. The flags will only be flown for the war dead on Remembrance Day. Now, when we come back, for whom does the flag fly at half-mast? We're going to take a look at the elaborate protocol for a seemingly simple act.
If you're 50 years or older with a clear driving and claims record, congratulations. You're now eligible to save up to 15% on your car insurance through Grey Power Insurance. Insure your car and your home through Grey Power and save an additional 15% on your auto insurance plus 5% on your home insurance. And enjoy additional benefits like free homemaking service and free nursing service after hospitalization, plus free house cleaning service after water damage, theft, or vandalism, and a free legal information service. Insure your car and save up to 15%. Insure your car and your home and save an additional 15% on your auto insurance plus 5% on your home insurance, plus free homemaking service and free nursing service, a free house cleaning service, and a free legal information service.
Call Grey Power at 1-866-231-4437 or visit us online at greypower.com.
Enjoy the power of 50 plus. Call now.
Why are you running away from me, man?
Is that a new jacket?
Yeah.
Was it on sale?
Yeah, how'd you know?
It's only a deal if it's on something you actually want. Introducing Wendy's new $3.99 combos. Now choose one of 4 combos, like 5-piece chicken nuggets, drink, and any side for just $3.99. Any day, every day.
This guy with you?
No.
Wendy's, do what tastes right.
Tefal invents Thermospot. When the pattern turns solid red, your pan is heated to just the right temperature for perfect cooking every time. Tefal. Ideas you can't live without.
Welcome back. The flag on the Peace Tower is flying at half-mast today, as we mentioned earlier, in honor of workers killed on the job. Now, sometimes we see it lowered around the city and we have no idea who is being honored. Only a small group actually qualifies, and as we've been reminded this week, that protocol does not include fallen soldiers. Sean Upton looks at who's in and who's not when it comes to lowering the flag.
Look up just about anywhere in downtown Ottawa and you will see flags. Flags of the provinces, flags of other countries. But the most prominent by far is the maple leaf. They are symbols that can ignite passions.
You'll see flags brought out when emotions are running the highest. I think that's almost natural because people have a visual symbol to rally around.
The flag is a powerful symbol for Canadians, and when it's lowered to half-mast, it's a sign that the nation is in mourning. But who do we mourn by lowering the flag? When a former prime minister dies, the flags on federal buildings must be lowered, including the one on the Peace Tower. It's also mandatory when former governors general die, as in 2002 when Raina Tishon passed away. Chief Justices of the Supreme Court also get the honor, as do current or former senators.